since the tavern on the Green robbery in 86. Went home, took a shower in nice cold water, and spent my last hours with my son and my daughter.
You had 24 hours to live, just think. Where would you go? What would you do? Who would you screw? And who would you wanna notify? Or would your ass deny that your ass about to die? You had 24 hours to live, just think. Where would you go? What would you do? Who would you screw? And who would you wanna notify? Or would your ass deny that your ass about to die?
If I had 24, nigga gotta get the raw.
Since I was already traveling to Murder Mystery. Entry 2. Nice Guys. For a game as terrifying as Joe described, Murder Mystery seemed calm enough. In fact, the moment I entered Murder Mystery, it was pretty cool. There's a big area to wander in, something like suburbia in prison life. There's some houses and a store. There's also a nice sheriff who's supposed to keep the peace. I talked to him the moment I entered the game, and he seemed like a nice enough sort of guy. Howdy. Howdy? Well, I guess he's from the South, though he had a cowboy hat and all. Well, if I were to choose the kind of sheriff to patrol the town, I guess a cowboy hat more than fits the bill. With such a demanding job keeping the peace, you would need someone who's confident in himself, and very reliable. Someone who can handle himself in a tight bind. All those descriptions fit a cowboy to a T. Hello, I'm Noob, and I'm kind of new here in town. I see. Passing by to play Murder Mystery, I guess. Yeah, you could say that. Well, don't worry. You've come to the right place. I'm Sheriff Bones McGee, and I'm in charge of keeping the peace around here. Well, hello, Sheriff McGee. Very pleased to meet you. So, are there any other players here that I can meet? Sheriff McGee patted my back. He was really a cheerful kind of guy. Players? We've got lots of players around town. Just wander around and explore the place. Our wonderful little town has a lot to offer a new guy like you, Noob. I wonder if he knew the truth about this place, and just did not want to tell me. He was a nice enough guy, but I probably should not trust every nice guy I meet. After all, that's what happened with Marty back in prison life. Ever since that betrayal, I've learned to be more suspicious of other players. But I didn't want Sheriff to know that. So I just said, "Great, be seeing you then, Sheriff. Stay safe." I looked around town. I left the sheriff in the town square, the center of town where there was a large fountain. From there I could go just about anywhere because it was literally in the middle of everything. I didn't have long to wander when I met another player. He was dressed in a neat bow tie and a pink shirt. He had a welcoming smile and was just as welcoming as Sheriff McGee. "Hello, friend. I haven't seen you before around town. Are you new here to Murder Mystery?" I nodded. "Yeah, I just came from prison life. I'm Noob." "I'm Jake. I've been playing Murder Mystery for quite some time. That's how I noticed that you were new around here." "Cool," I said, slightly upset at the fact that I've been recognized for a newbie again. Jake seemed like a nice enough guy. Seemed being the operative word here. I was about to get a really nasty jolt. "I've also played long enough and survived longer than most here." "Survived?" "Yeah, I've survived the longest and I intend to stay alive." Before I knew what was happening, Jake suddenly pulled out a gun and pointed it at me. You could imagine what I felt. I was surprised and terrified. "What the hell?" "Put your hands up. I know you're the murderer." Jake's tone had radically changed. The moment I met him, he was cheerful and friendly. Now he was suddenly hostile and on edge. It was almost as if he had turned into a completely different person right before my very eyes. "Murderer? Jake, what are you talking about?" "Jake, hold it." I turned around. I knew that southern voice. I had heard it just a few moments ago when I entered town. It was Sheriff McGee, and he had his own big pistol pointed at Jake. "Jake, take it easy and put the gun down," Sheriff McGee said calmly. "He's the murderer, Sheriff. I'm telling you, it's him." Sheriff McGee shook his head. "Jake, that's what you always say about everybody." "And everybody keeps dying." Murderer? Dying? Guns? Suddenly, Murder Mystery wasn't as calm and peaceful as I first perceived it. I guess I should have listened to Joe when he said that this was no joke. Oh, God, what kind of game had I stumbled onto again?
That's just it, Jake. Everybody keeps dying, so they're all... That's just it, Jake. Everybody keeps dying, so they all were not the murderer. So who the hell is? I have a right to know and I want to protect myself.
Jake was sounding hysterical now. He was really panicking, and I didn't like where I was standing. He had a gun right in my face, and one shot, and boom! My whole body would come to pieces.